Hi, it's Hope and welcome to the vlog. This is going to be my reading vlog for August 15th through 21st. This week is kind of starting a new chapter almost. I go back to work tomorrow, so I'll probably be vlogging less, doing less, but working more. It's currently 12:30 and I've been kind of just doing a few little things like catching up on some YouTube videos and all that this morning, as well as laundry. But now I'm going to edit last week's vlog because I need that edited so I can upload it tomorrow. So that's kind of the plan. I would like to write a little bit more of my contemporary story because if you do not know, I just did the last 14 days, so the first of the 40,000 words. So that didn't complete what I needed to write, but I would love to get this book finished by the end of the month. So my goal is about 500 words a day, I think. So I'll probably try to do that. I know I'd like to film my wrap-up today, but I'm not sure when today. And then some Instagram photos, but I'm not sure what ones I'm doing, so I need to figure that out. There's a lot I just need to figure out for this week, because this week is kind of like a I don't know what the fuck this week is gonna look like, because I don't really know most of my my shifts at work, because we're just reopening after being closed for 3 months. So there's a whole lot of I don't knows when it comes to work, and then everything else is just a big I'll do it as I do it. So that's kind of today's plan. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I need to say, but I don't think there is. Okay, so I didn't end up filming like I wanted to. I'll do that tomorrow night. No big deal. I wrote about, I think it was 499 words, which was so hard to do almost. I think it's just because of writing so much, I'm just kind of burnt out a little bit. I almost feel like that about reading, kind of, too, but I'm going to start Anyway the Wind Blows by Rainbow Rowell. Finally getting around to this. I say that I've had the physical copy from my library for about 2 weeks, but I'm kind of scared because this is the final book in the Simon Snow series, and the first book, Carry On, is one of the books that got me into reading, so I'll always have a special place for this series, and now it's over, and I'm just no. But I'm gonna read probably only a chapter or two of this because I'm really tired. It is only 7 p.m. but I'm just tired. The vlog is edited. It's currently converting, and then it will export. I will actually start exporting right now. And then the thumbnail and the description can be done tomorrow. Because when I get home from work, that can be done and then uploaded then, or even before I go to work. But I will read a few chapters and then let you know how I feel about the book so far. So I made it to page 46 of Anyway the Wind Blows. I already put it over there, so I can't hand it up. I mean, so far, it's the first 50 pages. You can't really expect much. It's okay. I expect it to get better. It's kind of just set up. That's pretty much all I have to say. So I'm going to start getting ready for bed. It's 7:48. I'm getting up at 8 a.m. tomorrow. So I'd like to be able to read more of A Queen Comes to Power by C.C. Penaranda. That is the current ebook that I have started. I'm 55% through it. I'd love to get to 70%. Give or take. Depends on you get what I'm saying? Depending on how everything, how the vibe of the book is, I guess. Might read more, might read less. I want to finish the chapter that I have started for writing my fantasy book. I have, I think, one more scene to write. So that shouldn't take me more than an hour, give or so, because it's probably only going to be 500 or 600 words for this scene. Because right now, for this first draft, I'm pretty much writing everything I want to happen in chronological order, as detailed as I can think of, but there are certain scenes that I know for a fact I'd want to go back and add more details or change maybe the point of view or that type of thing, but I'm just writing it down basic right now. So that's why it should be under 1,000 words, and I can pretty much write 700 words in an hour on a good day, so yeah. But I'm going to do my night routine, and I will, I guess, let you know everything in the morning before I go to work. Okay, so it is 10:25 and I have to leave for work here in about 5-ish minutes. I'm a little nervous because it's been so long, and I know it's gonna be super busy. I always get like anxiety before going to work. I get anxiety before going to work, and then as soon as I'm there, it goes away. Like right now, I feel nauseous, like I'm gonna throw up, but as soon as I get there, it'll go away. Or it fucking better, because it feels like I'm about to throw up. But like, that's a normal thing for me going to work. But I'm so excited to be going back to work, because within a month of working, hopefully, I'll be able to afford to purchase, or at least, like, go about starting the process to get a cover for my contemporary book, because I'll hopefully have the money, because I plan on putting about about like a third of my check off to the side, for the next, like, 2 checks, so by, like, October maybe, and I'm really excited. But that's like a whole thing. I need to actually like see how many hours I'm working, and then I can like roughly figure out how much money I'm getting based on those approximate hours, because I really only know my schedule for this week, which is about 10:45 until 2, although they might keep me a little bit later just for cleanup and all that. I'm not sure. I'll find that out. I'll find that out here in like 10 minutes when I get there. Because I start at 10:45, you have to be there 5 minutes early to like get like, because you wear an apron and a hat. And this is my first time vlogging since I've been at work, so it's really cool. And my phone just went off. Oh, Instagram. But I'm waiting to get ready to leave. Yeah. So surprise, surprise, I forgot to film again. It's 3:21 and I got off of work at 1:45, so I worked for 3 hours, and that's typically what my shifts will be unless otherwise stated. Tomorrow and from now on, I start at 11 instead of 10:45, which I'm thankful for, because that extra 15 minutes will really help. But today wasn't as bad as I thought. I'm not mentally tired like I thought I was, or physically tired. I'm just a little sore, like my feet hurt and my back from like bending over, and like, because I work at a restaurant, so you have to like, sometimes things will fall on the floor, or just standing there your back hurts, or lifting up, you have like potato buckets that you have to lift every so often, and that kind of, those are pretty heavy, so they're pretty heavy, and you have to hold them in a way that water doesn't fall out of them, so it's like a whole thing. But now it's almost 3:30. I came back, we went to the grocery store because we had to grab a few things, and then I came back and ate. I heated up some mushroom soup and ate that, and then now I'm kind of trying to figure out my Instagram for the week. I don't think I'm going to do one today because I can't think of one that fits the prompt, which is guards, which you would think, oh yeah, there's a bunch, but I'm like, I don't want ones that I've already used, or like anything like that. And then I'm trying to figure out one for Friday. Friday's the only day that I really am struggling with. Like, what are books that have dungeons? I know it'll be too late by the time this goes up for the prompt, but like, I'm like, dungeons? I don't know. Like, the book I'm currently reading has dungeons, but I'm using that for another prompt in the week, so I don't want to do it like 2 posts of the same book back to back. So it's a whole thing that I need to figure out. Just like how I'm like reusing books that I've used for previous prompts, and it's just because I said I was going to do this. I don't want to miss more than 1 prompt a week. I'm allowing myself that for if I can't think of it or I don't have the time. But right now I have the time to film, because I don't need to, I have the time to take the photos. I need to film later, but that is my wrap up, so that won't take me that long. I'll probably film that later. I'm pretty sure that there's a TV show that I'm wanting to watch tonight. I'll double check. But other than that, I don't really know what else to do. I know I want to write a little bit more of my contemporary story. I'd love to get this chapter finished, which there's like 2 scenes, and then that's it. I think like I have maybe 500 words. So I'm gonna try to do that. have a audiobook for, what is the book? Before The Tyrant's Tomb by Rick Riordan, so I think I'm going to listen to that while grabbing any sort of graphics I need for the wrap-up video, or doing the thumbnail for this vlog that I need to upload. I totally actually forgot about that till now. I didn't take a photo, so it's getting one of the photos I took like last week as a thumbnail. Oops. I do that way too often, is I'll forget to take a thumbnail and then just reuse an old one, but like design it a little differently. You hardly know. You hardly notice. I don't really know what else. Yeah, I think that's where we're at. Okay, so I just filmed my wrap-up, which only has 12 minutes of raw footage. I don't know how that's possible. Felt like it was more than 12 minutes, but okay, I will take a very short video. The camera keeps on slipping. But I took a couple Instagram photos. I ended up listening to 4%, or the first 2 chapters of The Tyrant's Tomb by Rick Riordan. I don't really have anything to say. I didn't grab the photos for the video that I'm doing tomorrow because I got distracted by updating a spreadsheet, because I have this entire spreadsheet where I put all of like the smutty books that I want to read on, and the camera keeps on moving, so I'm just going to hold it here. I really hope I don't have to refilm that video, because the camera kept on slipping and just being like, oh yeah, we're going to point over there. So I didn't grab those photos. I'll do that tomorrow. It's currently 7:17. I'm tired. I just kind of want to like get into bed. I don't really know what else. I did last night get to 70% of A Queen Comes to Power, and tonight I'd like to get to 85%. But before then, I want to read more of Anyway the Wind Blows, because I don't know how I feel about it. I'm only like 46 pages into it, so yeah. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I need to update on. I don't think so. I did forget something. I ended up watching episode 4 of Roswell, New Mexico on TV while doing the Instagram things that I said before, and I didn't get to really write anything, so I'm going to write. I think really my goal is like 200 or 300 words today. Finish off this chapter, which again I think is about 200 or 300 words left of finishing this chapter, and then I think that's pretty much it. I think that's the only thing I forgot. So I made it to page 108 of Anyway the Wind Blows, and I'm enjoying it. Again, it's not that there's not a lot going on, but it's mainly like, I don't know, like so far there's no plot really. And it's just the characters, and I'm like, don't know why I feel like so far there's literally no plot. Well, I think we have the plot idea is introduced, but we don't know much about it. I have cried. I have smiled, I have giggled, I have laughed. This is a very comical like book. Like I've laughed multiple times. I've cried because there was like a very sad moment for me personally, because I'm so attached to these characters. I almost didn't realize how attached to these characters I was until I started reading and like remembering how much I love these characters, because I think I already talked about this. If I have already, I'll cut out one of these clips, but like this was one of the first books that I read. Like before I read this one, the only other books I really had read at that point are like the Mortal Instrument series, the first 5 Harry Potter books, the After series, the first Darkest Minds book, A Wrinkle in Time, first book, and I think that was pretty much it at that point of books that I read. It was like one of the first books that I picked up that I had no other connection to, really, that had like no other connection. Like everything else that I read up to that point was because that there was a movie or a TV show that was attached to the books, or something like that. But like this was one, like Carry On, which is the first book, was like one of the first books that I picked up, and like it was just a book. It didn't have any sort of adaptation that I was wanting to watch. It didn't like all of that. And so I feel like it will always have a special place in my heart because of that. It was also one of the first, like it was the first actually like book that was marketed as queer that I ever picked up. And just obviously obviously at that point I had read some books that had queer content in it, but it was never like the main characters, like it was labeled and marketed as queer, really. And like, I don't know, it will just always have this place in my heart. And like these characters will, and I didn't realize almost like how much they had like how much they were like a part of like everything. And it's just like a cool thing of like, you sometimes you don't realize what core books are, like what your core books are, until you realize it, and then you're like, oh shit, this is a core book for me. And it was like picked up straight up on a whim. But yeah, I'm really enjoying this book so far. So far it's literally just been kind of some cute shit, kind of some sad shit, kind of the start of a plot, and we're 108 pages in, and I'm really enjoying it. I don't really have anything else to say. I went on that whole rant. But yeah, I'm now going to, it's 8:40. I ended up getting distracted with writing. I wrote like 300 words, and then I got distracted by Twitter for like 10 minutes. Oops. But yeah, I'm going to jump into bed, start reading Queen Comes to Power. I want to get to 85%, like I mentioned earlier. I'm actually going to fill up my drink because it's like pretty much empty, and then do that. Yeah. Videos uploaded also. So yeah. So it's 10:30. I'm about to leave to work. I start work at 11. Probably 11 till 2 I think is going to be my schedule from now on, or at least for the next little bit. But I grabbed all the photos that I need for my video later so that I can just, when I get back, just start editing that. That's pretty much all I've done, really. I just kind of forgot to pick up the camera, and then also I'm just a little tired, so I'm mainly trying to like wake myself up. I have high hopes that today's gonna be a good day. Don't want to jinx it though. So it's 3 o'clock. I got up at work at 2, but then I came back home, made some food, and just relaxed for a little bit. I exported the vlog footage over the last 2 days, not including today, and then also exported the footage like from the memory card to the computer of my video that I need to edit. And so I'm going to edit that in a little bit here. Again, it's 3 o'clock. I think I'm going to rest for like another like half an hour, then start writing and then edit. But that's kind of the plan for today. I just really need to edit, and that's pretty much it for like that type of thing. I made it to 83% of A Queen Comes to Power, so I'm hoping to finish that tonight. I can't really think of what else I need to do today. There's not that much that I need to do. Okay, so I know I forgot to pick up the camera last night. Oops. But I guess kind of a little update is I read up to page 163 of Anyway the Wind Blows. Really enjoying it so far. I finished A Queen Comes to Power by C.C. Penaranda, and I'm giving it 4 stars. I really like it. I like the characters. I like the new characters that are introduced. I cried when a character died, and I'm really excited to see where the series goes. The next book comes out in February, hopefully, so only like 6 months wait. Could be a lot worse. I had to get up at 6:30 in the morning this morning because I had a dentist appointment at 8 and my lip is still numb, so if I smile it like looks weird. I can't really think of what else. I go to work in about 45 minutes here. It's just about 10 o'clock. I have my video for today currently like exporting, and I'm about to edit the thumbnail, and that's pretty much it. I can't really think of anything else. I have no idea what really the plan is today besides going to work, and then this, which is this morning. So yeah. So I haven't vlogged since before I left for work, and that is because really nothing has happened. Except I listened to a little bit of, what is the book I'm on? I listened to a little bit of The Tyrant's Tomb by Rick Riordan. I'm now at 18%, so I read about 9% of the book. And then I wrote 1,200 words, which I'm pretty proud of. I haven't really done anything else yet today. Well, I uploaded my video. It is now almost 7 o'clock. I am going to read some of Any Way the Wind Blows, and I will hopefully update you on how that goes, because for some reason I have this feeling that there's going to be something in the plot that's going to push the plot forward, but I can't say that for certain. So if there's like no update and it's pretty much me just being like, oh, well, I'm enjoying it, I probably won't update. If I do not update, well then the ebook that I'm going to be starting is an arc of Iron Widow by, please correct me if I'm wrong about this pronunciation, by Xiran J. Zhao. I looked up and I could not find a pronunciation. I think that is correct, but please let me know if that isn't how it's pronounced and how it's pronounced. But it's essentially like a sci-fi, and I literally have the author's things. Pacific Rim meets The Handmaid's Tale, with, it's like Chinese and like all of that. It just sounds really good. I can't really describe it. Like, there's these people that control these, like, essentially these, like, almost like mecha suits, and just, that sounded really weird. It's about, like, these characters that control, like, these, like, mecha suits, and a lot of the females end up killed, and this main character ends up, like, because you go in pairs, and essentially this female protagonist, she kills all of the people that she is paired up with, because, like, her sister got killed, and it's almost like revenge type thing, and it's slightly, and it's queer as well. It has like polyrep. I'm just so excited for this. I've had the arc for like months, and I've been dying to pick it up, but I just haven't, and now I'm picking it up. It comes out in, I think, exactly a month, or when does it come out? Comes out September 21st, so it's about a month away, and I feel like I want to get that review up before the book actually comes out, because I have a habit of like doing it right after the book comes out, and this one I'm so excited to read. NetGalley gave me this arc, and yeah. So I made it to page 236, and it's just about 8 o'clock, so it took me about an hour to read that. And I was right, the plot is starting to show up. I'm trying to figure out what I can say, but essentially there's this, like, I'm trying to think of what I can say without spoiling the first two books. But essentially there's this group of people that, like, are, one of the people is, like, claiming that he can, like, give magic to people. Like, those people are mages, they do have magic, but they don't have powerful magic, and then this person is, like, claiming and, like, giving them, like, this more powerful magic. And we have, like, our main characters of Simon and Baz kind of trying to, like, figure that out, I guess. And then we have a whole different thing with a few other characters on the side that I'm not as interested in, but we're just barely tipping the surface with that. One is there's, like, a person cursed by a demon, and then the other is just, I don't really even know. Really enjoying this so far. I almost want to say this so far, for, like, at the point I'm at, like, the percentage in, it's my favorite as of the point I'm at now, maybe? I don't know. I do really like the first one. I really love the first one, though. I don't know. That's kind of my, like, rough thoughts, is, like, I'm really enjoying it. Where it's going is interesting. This is a series that, book 1, I had no idea where book 2 is going to go. By the end of book 2, I had no idea where book 3 is going, and we're now probably, like, 40%, maybe, 30-something% into this, and I have no idea where we're going. Literally, this could go anywhere, and I wouldn't guess it. But I'm now going to go ahead and start reading Iron Widow. I don't know how much I want to read. I might just read a few chapters, kind of get the vibe of the story and all of that, maybe. I don't really know. Okay, so I kind of forgot to vlog today. It's currently 5:37 and I've just kind of been working. So it's now 5:37, well 5:38, and I haven't been doing much today. Except Becca from Becca in the Books announced her, I guess it's annual at this point because it's the second time. It's Becca's Bookopoly like readathon. It's like Bookopalathon, I think is what it's technically called, where it's like essentially a Monopoly board with book prompts and all that. I will leave the announcement video in the description, but essentially it's a Monopoly board. So that's what I've been working on all afternoon, and I'm now just needing to fill in the prompts. There's like a board that you could print off or something, but I'm making my own because, like, why not? Especially because I want to do my own. And that's pretty much what I've been working on. I know that I want to just get a few of the prompts, like get the words laid out and then do the pictures later if I want to. But then I also want to write some of my contemporary book because, well, I want to get that done by the end of the month, and tomorrow is the 20th, so 10 days left. Well, 11 days left. August is 31 days, right? Me question, yes. Oh, sorry, I have 11 days left after including tomorrow for this thing. I made it to 16% of Iron Widow, and so far, at this point, I think it's going to be a 5-star read. It is so good so far. It is, the world is very, it's interesting because it's like based in like Chinese history, and like all of that, but it's technically a different planet or like a different world, and there's these aliens, and you can hear background noise of the TV in the living room. Oops. But it's just really interesting. And I'm really excited to read more of it, so I'm definitely going to be reading, like, probably, I might just, like, finish this, write the prompts out, write, like, a couple hundred words, read, and then all that I should film. I don't want to film, I might, I'll do that at some point. I will panic film, and film it back-to-back, edit that review, because I just don't want to film. In all honesty, I don't want to film. I didn't want to pick up the camera here, but I did. And I probably won't pick up the camera until tomorrow, in all honesty. Unless something really good happens in Any Way the Wind Blows, which I'll start here in a few hours. I probably won't update until tomorrow unless I read something in Any Way the Wind Blows tonight that really makes me need to talk about it. So it's Saturday at 10:50. And I didn't vlog on Friday at all. I just didn't feel like picking up the camera. Plus, I worked, and then we had to go shopping, and then I got distracted with a bunch of things. But last night, I did finish Iron Widow by Ziran J. Zhao, and it is a 5-star, possible favorite of the year. Tied in first place for all-time favorite sci-fi. And I was scared I wasn't gonna like it. Like, it is so good. It is so well written. There's plot twists, and it hits all of the tropes that I love. It's forced proximity, enemies to lovers. It's also friends to lovers. It's, what else? Technically, it's like a fake dating / fake marriage. It has some elements of like hurt comfort, and there's only one bed, and there's probably so many tropes that my brain is forgetting, but like all of those are my favorite. And then it also has elements of a poly relationship, which I mentioned when I first mentioned it, which was so well done. It was like pretty much like it was just sprinkled in there, and it felt so natural. And this book isn't even released because it's an arc, and I need book 2 like yesterday. I'm not going to spoil anything, but the cliffhanger, I literally had to go, wait a damn minute. Wait a damn minute. what just happened? What do you mean what do you mean? And it was just absolutely insane. I literally have it placed in my cart wherever my phone is on Indigo. And as on the first, when I get paid, I am checking out, and I think I have like over $100 worth of books that I want to buy. Oops. But like I'm seriously, I made it to like the 50% mark Thursday night, and then I added it to my cart, and then I binge read the last 50%, which was like 200 pages last night, and just like was in love with these characters, like, and all of that. And it also, like, I don't know really where I'm going with this. I'm just in love with it. It probably will be in my top 10 of this year. 5 stars. It's my first 5-star of the month of August here. And then also, I decided at 12 a.m. to tweet. So, like, this is what I tweeted. So I just finished Iron Widow by, and then at Xiron J Zhao, and the only words I have to say is, holy shit, this is amazing. Like, 5-star possible favorite of the year. This story is so unique, and it's so well written, and, can I have book 2 now, because that ending has me screaming. 12 retweets, one of being by Xiron herself, and, 114 likes. I had to turn off my Twitter notifications because I was trying to sleep when it got retweeted. And then it was just bing, bing, bing. So yeah. And then Xiron herself commented like, thank you so much for reading. And so that was my morning, and last night I also finished my own Bookopoly board. The only thing I have to do is fill out the cards, like the chance cards and the community chest, and I might film that today because I'm not doing any, like, I'm not carrying over any books. Like, I'm not giving myself any punishments. Oh, the hiccups, I think. But I'm not carrying over any of the punishments from, like, August, so if I don't read all the books in August, well, I'm not punishing myself. And then I'm only doing Bookopoly for September. I'm not doing my Jenga because I kind of was debating switching to my own Bookopoly anyways. And I didn't film anything. I'm not uploading anything today. I just, like, didn't feel like filming, and I'm not going to force myself to film something that I don't want to. Hence why I didn't film a video yesterday, and hence why I didn't film like any vlog clips yesterday, because I just didn't feel like picking up the camera and talking. And this clip is super long, so I'm going to end it here. I know right now I am going to be watching the Fall Into Reading announcement, Fall Into Reading, which is a fall-based readathon hosted by Seasonathon. I'll leave their Twitter below, maybe, if I remember. I'll leave their Twitter below, just like how I also will leave Becca from Becca and the Books, her YouTube channel link, where there's the announcement for this whole thing, like this whole thing with this, and then if there was any other person that I mentioned, like any other channel or anything, I'll like link that as well. I can't remember what I've said in this vlog. Oops. But yeah. So it's 3:31, and I filmed my, like, Bookopoly thing about an hour ago, and now I've been spending the last hour trying to figure out books to put up for my TBR, because I'd love to get this filmed for tomorrow, like, film it tomorrow, because I know I have time tomorrow to do so, and I just did something, and I don't know what it is. So like I've been spending the last hour trying to figure out my TBR, and I have, I think 2 books that are like for sure being read, because I need to figure out for a Bookopoly-thon. The Magical Readathon, Aurelium, The Novice Path, and Fall into Reading. So like, yeah, that's currently where we're at. I have 2 books for my next month's TBR, and I want to be able to film this tomorrow. We're going to be spending all day doing this, apparently. So it is now 7:56, and I am going to end this vlog. I just made it to page 408 of Any Way the Wind Blows by Rainbow Rowell, and I am enjoying it a lot. I don't really have much to say. Again, the series is kind of all over the place, and it's more like you have to enjoy the characters, enjoy the plot, and the plot is kind of there. It's just not as strong as I wanted it to be, but I'm still really enjoying it. I didn't figure out my TBR, but that's okay. I'm going to wait a few days because there's a steal a book prompt, which essentially means I have to steal a book from somebody else's TBR. So a book that's on their TBR, I have to use for my own. But I'm kind of waiting to see if anybody puts a book on their TBR that I wanted to read in September anyways, just to kind of make it easier for me. And so far there's really no books that I wanted to read next month that are on anybody's TBR. I also wrote 1,500 words for my contemporary story, and I am perfectly on track to finish this book on the 31st, and that is my goal. I think that is everything. Tonight, after I finish this vlog here, I'm going to start reading Stone Butch Blues by Leslie... Fuck, I can't remember the name. Let me see. Stone Butch Blues. What? Oh my god, that scared the shit out of me. I just like somehow went into the code of the thing. So the book I'm going to be starting next is Stone Butch Blues by Leslie Feinberg? I'm not sure, and that is for a book club that I have on Monday. Yes, I'm starting it 2 days before the book club. Yes, that is how I work. And so I'm equally excited for this book, equally not. I'm excited for it because I've heard good things, and the person that recommended this in the book club has read it, and she said that it was really good. It kind of talks about essentially like being, well, let's just see. Yeah, like it's kind of just about like a young butch lesbian in the past. I can't remember exactly what year. I think it's like it's before the Stonewall riots and all that. And just I don't know much about that aspect of queer history. I don't really know much in general about queer history, so I am kind of excited to learn about that because it's not quite it's a fiction book, but it also deals with non-fiction elements, I think. And so I'm just really excited to read this. And I really hope I enjoy it. Like the last book that we read in this book club, I gave a 2-star. So I'm really hoping this was at least like a 3 or 4-star, please. And then I'm very, 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 very excited for our next book. We're just talking about book club, apparently. The next book is one that I got to pick. I'll talk about that a little bit probably I'll talk about that in my next vlog when it's like confirmed that that's the book, because it is, but then it's like I don't know the date we're talking about that, so like I don't know. I might have to try to squeeze that onto my September TBR somewhere if I can. But like, it's a book I've read. I recommended it. I'm dying to reread it. Yeah. But I'm going to end this vlog here. Let's pray that editing me can edit this all on Sunday and have it go up Monday. And yeah, I really hope you enjoyed this video. It's all over the place. This was my first week back at work and it went better than I thought it was going to be, but I'm terrified for 2 weeks from now when I go back to school. Well, technically it's like a week and a half from now when I go back to school, but like that's 2 vlogs from now, I guess. But bye!